And we are back on the zoo with the New York Times best-selling author and dancer, Mayte Garcia. Welcome, darling.
Bienvenida.
Thank you.
Now, I got the book.
Ooh, I've been wanting to read
The
that
Most
thing.
Beautiful, My Life with Prince. Now, you know, ever since last year, Prince is still on everybody's mind.
Yes.
Everyone's waiting for like unreleased songs and all that stuff, but you know what's even better than unreleased songs? Unreleased stories.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was reading through a lot of it. A lot of this is really like deep, heart-wrenching stuff. You went through a lot because you went through a lot of it young.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's in the book?
It talks about how it starts with the beginning of me when I started dancing. I started really young and I was born with crooked feet.
Really?
Yeah, so
Really?
the craziness of that, and then to becoming a professional belly dancer at a young age, then meeting Prince at 16, and then how our our friendship started, and then romantically, and then professionally. And it's a ride, and it's crazy because for years I would meet people, and after I tell them about my life at such a young age, they're like, "You need to write a book." And I'd been working on this book for several years, and then of course with his passing, I wanted to accelerate it and make it be one of the first ones coming out, and with respect and love.
Was
so.
it cathartic for you to
my
get this? Did a lot lift off of you?
Yes, and you know, I encourage people to write a book, even if it's not published. It's just a way to let things out,
Right.
and it's crazy because my father just read it and he was crying because he's like, I didn't know all these things that happened, and I just think it's great to communicate in a different way.
What was your relationship like with him when he passed away? Were you still communicating with him, or you were a little bit estranged at that time?
We were estranged. I had heard he wasn't doing well.
Okay.
So I had planned on going in January, and in Minneapolis, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's really cold in
Yes.
January. And I was gonna go with my daughter, and I was like, well, let me just wait. Let me wait till springtime, and I'm gonna go and catch up with him, and the unfortunate happened, so.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, no, you know, was it hard for you? I mean, you get into a lot of personal things, a lot of personal tragedies that you experience yourself with him. And was it hard for you to kind of regulate what you were willing to share with everybody? Was there times like, maybe I should keep that to myself, or no, this is gonna help somebody, this is gonna help people, you know, maybe in similar situations, or just to understand what I went through?
I'd say a little bit of both. Chapter 9 took a long time because I wanted to find the right words with our son, how to say this tastefully, but also
How it happened.
But I also, when I lost our son, I read books, and I remember reading them and them helping me. So I had that in my mind as well, because miscarriage is something that I don't think people address it and talk about it as it should, because even if it's 1 month, 2 months, it's still a life and it's a loss, and it affects people.
It tends to be buried down deep with a lot of people, and I think
Yeah.
maybe that's one of the processes that you went through, letting it out, you know, in this
Yeah.
book. Awesome.
Did he know you were writing a book about your life with him back
I think so.
when he was alive? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because he has this thing of, he used to follow, I mean, when we were together, he would follow past people. So I know he was following me, I know.
Because you guys
And
would
I
do
know
like a
that he
ritual,
knows.
right?
What do you mean ritual?
Like you would go into your past lives or something like that? Is that
Or
correct?
trans life regression therapy?
Yeah, we would call it hypnosis, but I
Right.
think it was a state of meditation,
Right.
of an alternate consciousness.
Does it work? I'm dying to do that.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah, it does.
But transcendental
It does.
meditation? Is that what you do?
Kind of
or
in a way. We
do
just
you not
kind of
think, is that what, like you make a blank mind?
blank, and then things
Right.
come.
You have amazing tattoos. I'm assuming there's spiritual
you.
connections
Oh,
to some of the things that you have tattooed.
Thank
What is that?
you. Well, the thing is, as a dancer, I've had a lot of scars, and the scars would remind me of different things. And when he passed, I got our crest when we
Yeah,
married
I
with the
see that.
symbol and the M on it, just because he'll always be an important part of my life, and it needed to happen.
Tell us about growing up. What was your childhood like, and how did you get into dancing at such an early age?
Well, my parents are both Puerto Rican, so I definitely really, really believe that in my past life, I must have been from that area, because that type of dancing, I'm just drawn to it.
Right. Wow.
And just the music, it's something that I know.
Right.
And I'm Puerto Rican, 100%. It's so funny. But I'm also an Army brat. So
I was about to ask you about that, because I'm like, you're from Alabama. I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know of many Puerto Ricans in Alabama. Maybe in New York, maybe in Florida, but Alabama?
Oh yeah, no, Alabama. I've been raised 6 years or 5 years in North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Nice.
You know, so.
Do I hear a little like twang, like a little southern twang?
I can go there.
Wow!
I can go there.
Oh my God, how funny.
Pero hablando español con el acento bueno.
Oh, yeah.
bueno,
Yo no sabía que tú hablabas español.
Claro, my mom would not have it.
¿Cómo es el rebirth después de todo lo que pasa con Prince y con el bebé? Porque ahora tienes una niña preciosísima, Gia, ¿correcto?
Yes.
So how was that rebirth, like that transition from that part of your life to where you are right now?
Well, I say this in the book as well. Being born with crooked legs and then dancing and then meeting Prince, and then I truly believe that she comes from up there because we share the same birthday.
Wow.
You and your daughter?
Yeah. So it's just one of those where you're just like, okay, this has to. There's something up there. There's something. You know, and
That
because
protects
when you have tragedy, you start questioning your life and you start getting angry. But then it's just like this came back around and said, no,
And then
don't
a
give
blessing
up.
happens.
Yes.
It all comes full.
Sweet.
In the book, you know, you talk about Prince's public persona, and I'd heard all those rumors about him like emptying out his hotel rooms and fixing it up. I guess you were his wife. Was he like that all the time?
Like
did
OCD?
Like super
he
anal.
become pretentious with fame, I guess? Did he change, you think?
No. I think that's why we were such good friends. I mean, he had the foof. The foof is, and it's in the book, there was a foo-foo master who would come into the rooms for him and set things the way he liked them. Because when you're on tour for,
You gotta be comfortable.
you know, it's not just a
Okay.
trip to New York. It's like you're on tour.
Yeah.
You want to have familiar things.
Got
And
it.
certain sound systems and VCRs, and especially in Europe back then. Now it's different, but back then, VHS, PAL,
Okay.
all that, and NTSC. So he liked it a certain way, but he would not have like a fit or tantrum about it.
He
It's just-
deserved it. I gotta ask this last question. Could he actually play basketball like in that Dave Chappelle sketch? Yeah?
He can play.
Really?
He's really good.
Wow.
He was really good.
Did he ever play you one-on-one?
I did. It's horrible.
He wouldn't let you win.
No.
He was competitive, huh?
Play horse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we play that, and he'd always win. Like he'd let me win, and then he'd be like, nah. Then we just... Yeah.
Look at
Thank you,
your
listen.
eyes, remembering. It's so beautiful.
Thank you so much for being
Good
here.
stuff.
Thank
And by the way, get the
Thank
book,
you,
The Most
Mayte.
Beautiful, My Life with Prince by Mayte Garcia. It's on Hatchet Books.